Good morning, everybody. This is day 2 of our 12 days of Solstice, and today we're going to go to Skara Brae on the Isle of Orkney. It's right at the very top of Scotland, just off the coast of the northern tip. It's sort of Britain if you imagine there's an old lady with a scarf on her head. It's right at the very top of the scarf. Imagine it sitting on top of Marge Simpson's head and then on top of her hair. And that's where it is, right at the very top. We'll see that in a second. So we're going to fly from Glasgow to Kirkwall, which is on the island. It's a short runway. It's 110 or less metres longer than the absolute minimum required for the Airbus. If it's raining or standing water, we've got a bit of a problem. There aren't many people on board, so that's a good thing. We've got 4 sites to visit today. It's not very exciting. They're quite small, but they are very, very important. They're also quite close, so it's going to be quite a quick one. I'm not going to bore you today with anything. The last video had a long intro because it had to explain everything. Everything got explained in that one. If you didn't watch that one, that's fine. If you don't watch this one, that's fine. But if you are watching this one, then I'll give you a quick few details once we start the aircraft and get everything up and running. Let's first of all do that, the initial checks. So we got brakes are on. Spoilers are not armed. Flaps are up. Gear is down. Wipers are off and off. And we'll go for that. Okay, so that takes a while to start. So, how long have we got? 7 minutes. So it's going to be 7 minutes before they're started. So I'll get quickly on to explaining the stuff before I then turn off this video and you'd have to watch the rest of it. So this is today. We have 12 days of Solstice. Yesterday we went to Newgrange. Today we're going to go to these 4 places. And tomorrow we're going to go to cairn, which is in Cornwall. And a nice fort on the seaside. But today we're doing the Skara Brae, RIng of Brogar or something, Maeshowe Barnhouse settlement. So this is where we're going. We're going to fly into Kirkwall in the A320. Then we're going to take a small little well, I'm going to take the Airbus 125 today because we tried the Guimbal and that's just really scary, to be honest. It's like a Robin Reliance, if you know what a Robin Reliance is. Anyway, we'll say that from there. We're going to fly. First we're going to go to these 3 things, then we'll end up on Skara Brae. There's quite a distance between the 3 and Skara Brae. I'm going to say that's about a couple of miles. It's tiny, really. And the 3 over here, it's a circle, which is the Ness of Brogar, or the RIng of Brogar. Brodgar, not Brogar. The Ness of Brodgar. I've got to get the right way around now. Unless I just typed it incorrectly. And Barnhouse, which is nice little thing to look at. And Maeshowe, which is quite a reasonable hill fort. Tumulus or burial mound. So these are quite old. These are early, well, late Neolithic, I guess. So once again, we're going 3,000 plus years before BC. So the ring at Ness of Brogar, you can see there the stones and the shadows of them. And Skara Brae, which is it's a settlement which is sort of underground and right next to the coast. It's a shame because obviously these rocks have come from things that have fallen into the sea So you can see there, I mean, it could be that we lost lots of history that have already fallen to sea, which would be a real shame. And then we have the other two. Barnhouse settlement is another settlement. You can see there that the old ditch, hill and ditch thing, and Maeshowe, which is the burial mound with the entrance there. Yeah, so 1430 metres, but the minimum's 1330 or something, so it's only about 100 metres we've got spare at the other end. Going to ILS onto 27. So 3000 transition altitude, that's very low. So I'll get the aircraft started up, and I'll start recording again once we get to take off and for the landing, and then we'll go into and get the helicopter. So we're just about ready to depart. There's no pushback top, and the fog hasn't cleared yet, unfortunately. We are, however, on a dew point of 1, and the temperatures are 0, so for the first time for a very long time we have all the anti-ices on. Just been sprayed, so we shouldn't have any fleas. There was a Lufthansa there a second ago, I went to British Airways, so it's pretty busy, unfortunately. It's a shame about the weather. So we've done flex takeoff. So you can see here that as we go up, we've got like the hair on top of Marge's head, and then it's just there, the Orkney Isles, just off the coast. And then you get the Shetland Isles a bit further out. Then you're into Denmark and the Faroes, which are over there somewhere. Whale killers. Yeah, so we're on our way, and I'll, like I say, next time will be as we're on approach. Lovely view of Scottish wind farming. So this is John O'Groats who gets up down here somewhere. We're just going to fly off the end of Scotland and leave the mainland of Britain, and we're going to be landing over there eventually. I'm not too sure what's going on the flight plan. It's just going to be a bit strange in this, in both views actually. Before we left, it was all really nicely done, and neither of those match up with what we got on here, which is to overfly, go around and come back in again, I guess. So we should be going in, over, back round and landing, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Anyway, we know that we need to be on KR 110.10. So that's correct. And of course we've got a cloud. Excellent. Oh my precious, what are you going to do? And it's not looking good. I've got a clue what it's going to try and do now. A few moments later. Flaps full, spoilers armed, brakes to max, lights are on, let's go for a landing. Light slip is captured. Still going a bit fast, it seems to be stuck at 1.8.
Minimum.
We'll go for land.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10, $5.
Speedbird Bravo Alpha 101, turn next taxiway. Speedbird Bravo Alpha 101, contact ground on 118.305.
118.305, Speedbird Bravo Alpha 101. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's got us going back to a takeoff. Oh, or parking. Just go around the big circle. Yeah, that's when the sim gets confused, it really gets confused. So we're going to go down there. We're going to go all the way around somewhere over there. Then we're going to come back up here, then come back round to here again, and then go. Just keep going around in a tiny. Right, well that's the end of that one. That was an interesting little experience. Okay, we're on to part 2, which is going and flying and seeing the monument. We're back in the Guimbal. I was going to try and use the H135, but it's just not working properly. Once I brought in the strange roto craft and actually put helicopters into the sim, which weren't there for 3 years. It appears that something's gone wrong with the H135s. I think I've got a version that's too old. When I tried to turn left and right, it was just making the earth wobble, and then it'd just nearly explode. It just swerve left and right and do weird stuff, so I'll have to update it. There's an update apparently that I've not done. But the Guimbal worked last time, so we'll just use that again for now. And here we're going to start it up and then we'll fly off. Oops, wrong one. And we are cold. Oh, that's what that's that beeping. Okay. So flight plan's in there, but I looked on the VFR map and it's not showing any flight plan, so I don't know what's going on there. But we'll just follow the flight plan, I guess. This map's a bit Mickey Mouse piddly to look at. I do wish it'd do north up, but it's whatever way we're pointing, I guess. It makes a bit more sense, sort of, I guess. Maybe ish. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go.
Skara 1, you were not cleared to take off.
The bit we're interested in is there's the water over there, which is split in the middle down like a really thin bit of land, and it's on this side of that thin bit of land, the first place we're going to land. Land. We're landing on the land. And then we'll look at the first two monuments. Then it's a short hop over that little spit, so we're going to land about here somewhere. Then a little short hop over the spit to there, where the second thing is, which is the third third monument, which is a stone circle. The first monument, I don't know. So the first thing we're going to look at is these two bits here, which is, I guess it's a set of dwellings and a burial mound. Then we're going to hop over and look at the big stone circle. Then we're going to go right over onto the other side of the coast, on the other side there where the sea is. And we're going to look at that where there is the big settlement at Skara Brae. So there's the burial mound. Okay, Flight Sim doesn't have it as a mound, it's got it as a photo of a mound. Oh my God. And it's slapped some trees on top because it thinks it should be a trees or whatever. But that pathway is the entrance to the barrows. So this is the ditch, or raised bit, I don't know which one it is. Normally they just dig a ditch and hump it on the other side, away from. So you'd be digging and away from this all the way. And the mound is about, that big. But it's not got the mound in here, unfortunately, and that's the entrance. So that's a pathway in there. Pathway into the end. I wonder what just turn this replay off. Anyway, as long as the recording is still on. So that's a no-go then, unfortunately. So this is Maeshowe where we are now. That's the entrance there. And that's a ditch, and we're about here somewhere. Oh, we're not on this, maybe on the road. So you walk in and then you go into that entrance. So now we're going to go to the Barnhouse. Because you can see is just where the shoreline is of the lake, or the likelihood is Sim's done something to it or put trees in it or something. Whoops, that was the wrong way. Yeah, so this is not a very good representation we would see in real life. But yeah. So this is the Barnhouse settlement. It's another ditch with raised earth and entrance. And then maybe that's a barrier man that's fallen in, or this is a building. I don't know which way around it is. So this is the entrance to the Maeshowe house. So this is the mound we just looked at. Oh dear. Ah, so Norsemen broke into it. Oh, I see. Oh, Harold Madaudarson and Ragnveld. So they broke into our British tomb, nicked all our British stuff, and then carved some inscriptions to say "ha ha ha" in it. Not very nice. But that's what it looks like in picture view. That's the entrance way and a little mound there. I think that's someone stood on top. And this is Barnhouse, where we are now. So we're in the helicopter right there somewhere. Maybe over there somewhere, yeah. Look in this. Oh, the wiki links are below, so you can go and look at them if you want to. And next we're going to go to the RIng of Brogar. Yay, Brodgar, I got it right for once. What? They drove over it in Bren carriers. Jesus. How disrespectful. As you can see, it's quite big. And then Skara Brae is the most famous one, I guess. It's like little fireplaces and beds to lie on and all sorts of things. So let's go look at the ring. The RIng of Brogar. Oh look, another identical manor house. So more tumuli there below us. Oh. Oh, great. So once again it looks like we've been flight simmed. And it's put trees where the stones should be because it didn't know what was going on, I guess. Ah dear. Third largest in Britain. 60 stones, only 27 left. Nice. Maybe they should run over it in their brain carriers. $2,500 and 2,000. So one of the last ones, yeah. Look, more vandalism by the bloody Viking. Scratched his name Bjorn on it. A large stone wall up to 6 meters wide. Okay, let's go to Skara. Skara Brae. It's one of the most important ones in Britain and possibly in Europe because it's really well preserved homes, although they are underground. So this is rather old as well. These are about the same age as the New Grange mound. Is it New Grange? Yeah, New Grange. So about that same time. Europe's most complete Neolithic village. Why does everyone keep saying older than Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Giza? Scottish Pompeii? No, it's not. There's no volcanoes that went up near here. Well, not at that time anyway. There were loads of volcanoes near here, but millions of years ago. Then the Ice Age sort of ground them down a bit, and this is what we're left with. Anyway, let's go back to flight. So we're going to jump out and go beyond us now over to the west again. Slightly west-northwest, and then hopefully hit the coast and get our next thing in. This time they decided it's a house with someone's garden. So these are the excavations, and this is where the people... Apparently it's full of trees now. But I mean, it is a flight sim, not a walking around sim, so I do understand. There are some places to go look at, but obviously this isn't as interesting as it should be. I mean, there's probably someone's written a mod for it probably somewhere. In fact, I should check that. So this is where they lived. And it looks like, you know, they were this nice big wide beat. They would have had plenty of access to fish and mollusks and crabs, etc. Lobsters, everything. Looks like a really nice place to live, to be honest. And they got the lake behind, which was the lakes were of spiritual significance. They used to throw offerings into there, and hence the lady in the lake. The hand coming out of the lake isn't common, but yeah, the Celts used to do that in the lake. Neolithic people, not too sure what they did in the lakes, but probably just caught fish and stuff. That's what I'd do. But right on the very edge there, as you can see. Twisted skein of heather. Neolithic rope. A wooden handle. Scale knife. I don't know what that is. But yeah, please go check these sites out on Wikipedia. They're very, very interesting. Oh, so the fires were not peat, because there's no peat around here. There's no swamps, so it's not right for peat. But driftwood, animal dung, and seaweed, possibly. Okay. 50 people at any one time. No more than 50. Interesting. So I'm going to leave it there. That's today's offering of our second 12 days of Solstice.